friends, I have a book review. Another one. Who am I? Literally, I feel like I never did book reviews before, but I am trying to do them more often because I like book reviews. So I've got some notes here. We're going to be reviewing Immortal Dark. Immortal Dark by Tigest Girma. This is a vampire book, and I have what are going to sound like conflicting feelings, but I actually really love this book. Like, I gave it 4 stars, and I cannot wait for the second book to come out. Like, it was just so good. So let's talk about it because I have a lot of feelings. I don't see enough people talking about this book, and if I do, I see them absolutely hating on it. But we'll get into that in a little bit because I have a theory. If you see me occasionally like look down, I do have some notes and I might reference them every once in a while because I don't always remember what I want to say. I am a much better writer than I am a speaker, which is why I do these videos, so I can practice. And practice makes perfect, or at least it makes you better. So before we get into the review, I do want to tell you a little bit about Immortal Dark. This follows our main character, Keaton, who believes that her sister has been kidnapped by vampires and she is determined to find her. This determination leads her to Uxla University, where humans and vampires live in relative peace. It's elusive, it's mysterious, but she is determined to find her sister, so she decides she's going to attend Uxla University, dominate her house, and find her sister. As you can imagine, there's lots of caveats in there, and there's also a sexy vampire. Or a couple sexy vampires, let's be real. Anyway, that's sexy vampires beside the point. This is the author's debut novel, and can I just say, stop, she's gorgeous. I don't know, I just had to share that with you. I'm so sorry. This is her debut novel, and the second book, Eternal Ruin, actually comes out November 4 of 2025, so it actually comes out quite soon. So I will be picking up the second book because I do want to see how this goes. Also, I'm sorry you're going to see a lot of the flashback from the ring light. I'm going to try to hold it like this so it's not as bright or anything, but you're probably going to see it every once in a while. Because it features an all-black vampire cast, which is a much-needed addition to the vampire genre. If you love vampires, if you're into them at all, you know that it's very Eurocentric, it's very white, even though vampire myths literally span the globe. So this is a much-needed addition to vampire media. Now, there's a lot of good to say. The author's writing is spectacular. I really like the way she writes. It's both lyrical without being too flowery. It's very nice writing, and I do think that she has also very good storytelling, because nice writing doesn't always necessarily mean the book is going to be good. But I do believe she has a good balance of good storytelling and very beautiful writing. I really enjoyed how three-dimensional the characters were, especially. I do think they're very much like alive. They're their own people, which is why they can be so frustrating or so amazing and you love them. I think that's really the mark of a good character, especially if you get to see them grow and change throughout the story. Because you get to see the characters grow and they feel so real, that's where the kind of caveat comes in. So we're going to discuss that in a second as I move into what people kind of dislike and what even I had trouble with. But before I get into that, I also want to say that I really like the author's take on vampirism and vampire bites specifically, and what happens during the bite. I don't think this is a spoiler. The author has shared this on TikTok, and it's that where the vampire bites actually will like share memories and emotions, and I think that is so cool because it means that every time you bite, you have to be very particular about what you're willing to share with the person you're biting. And I think it really drives home that idea that like a vampire biting you is a very intimate thing, and I love that so much. I really enjoyed that. Now here's where things get a little bit interesting, because at first I found Keaton really freaking annoying. Like, I thought I was gonna have to DNF the book because Keaton is just a very difficult character to deal with, a very difficult person to deal with at the beginning of this book, and that's like marked as a reason why people don't like this book. It's a very like sensitive topic for this book. In other reviews that I read on Goodreads, it was cited as a reason for people either not enjoying the book or completely DNFing the book before they got to it. But I have defense for Keaton. I'm coming in her defense because I think she goes through a lot of character growth throughout the book, and I don't think that her being stubborn and unfocused necessarily makes her a bad character. It just makes her a little bit unlikable. Eden is incredibly stubborn, and she's very hyper-focused and loyal. She is loyal to her sister, so obviously she wants to find her, and this is like her main focus throughout the entire book. But Keaton is also kind of easily distracted by Suseños, our sexy and annoying vampire, and all the other things going on around her, plus she needs to pass her classes if she wants to master her house. I think also the main reason that I found her very annoying is because a lot of what was going on could have been resolved with some better communication. Keaton just needs to talk about her feelings, okay? She needs to learn to talk about her feelings. Better communication between Keaton and Suseños would have solved so much of the book's issues, but it also probably wouldn't have been as gripping and interesting, so I totally get why the author went in the direction she did, but it can be a hit or miss for some people. However, in my opinion, I feel like you get to see her grow a lot as a character, and by the end of the book, you really like her and you're really rooting for her. She's a complex character and I love her for it, so I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in the second book because she is so stubborn and so loyal to her sister. My final thoughts are honestly just that the book was really good. It was really enjoyable. It's a great debut novel and I'm very excited for the second book. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what happens. It left off on a major cliffhanger. I don't think I've read such a major cliffhanger in a long time, so I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend giving it a try, especially if you really love vampires. I adore vampires, so I really recommend the book, and I hope you enjoy it. If you enjoyed it, I would love to know what you loved about it. If you didn't enjoy it, be polite, but tell me why you didn't like it. I'm curious too. I like hearing both sides because I totally get it, especially with how Keaton is. I can get why people didn't like the story as much, but I found her compelling and I like her, so.